Yesterday, I killed someone. I killed off a piece of my old self. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Unconscious Communication Secrets with myself, Muneer, Al-Busaidi, and we are live just after 5. So if you're online, please jump in and say hello. So, yesterday I killed someone. I killed a small part of myself. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, today I'm going to be talking to you about transformation. And literally, this is a process that I went through yesterday. Like, I literally killed off a little part of myself yesterday, and in order to make way for the new version of me, what I call version 4.0. So I'm gonna share with you what I've done, and this is such a huge thing. First of all, I want to say hi to Naren, thank you, and Sayyid Salman, great to see you guys on. Thank you very much for joining. How are you guys doing? Drop me a message and say hi. I'm gonna pull this out real quick. Pull out, okay, cool. So yesterday I went through a bit of a process, and in order to become the new version of me. But before I talk about that, let me share with you what I mean. So today I'm talking about creating a new story for the next phase of your life, to take you to that next level, how you can transform to get you to the level that you're meant to be at, right? And this is a little bit like a caterpillar, right? Like a caterpillar, it goes inside into a cocoon, and once it goes inside, it literally kills its old self, or in order to become the butterfly that it wants to become, in order to take itself to the next life. It stops becoming a butterfly. It stops becoming a caterpillar, and it literally goes inside in order to transform and take itself to that next level, take itself to the next level of its life. And this is a little bit of what I'm talking about today, like how to go inside your mind and identify all the things so that you can transform to that next level of your life. So, hey Nicole, great to see you on. I'm gonna be sharing a couple of cool things I think you'll find useful in your coaching as well. And I've used a little bit of this for my own health, so you'll like what I'm going to be sharing today. All right, cool. So that's the analogy of the caterpillar, right? But why is this important? This is important because this is about the person you need to be, right? The person you were has gotten you to where you are today. But perhaps in order to get to that next level, you have to become someone new. You have to add more skills. You have to have new beliefs. You have to have new habits. What is going to get you to that next level in your life? Now, the reason I did this process yesterday, and perhaps some of you can identify with this, is this year I've had a lot of changes. Like, a lot of things have changed for me this year. And the person who I was, the beliefs that I had, the things that were holding me back before are really not as relevant. And the excuses that I had, or etc., I needed to get past them in order for me to make the next phase of my life as successful as I want it to be. So I realized the person who I was, who I've been up until now, has been good. I mean, nothing crazily wrong, but a lot of the fears that I had weren't relevant anymore. And a lot of the fears that I had, like some of the challenges, some of the things that I was saying to myself were like, I really had to get over in order to get to that next stage of my life. I couldn't keep those. I had to shed away the old me. And I think it helped that it was just my 40th recently, my 40th birthday. So I was like, you know what? I have to build Muneer 4.0. I have to get like say goodbye. I have to kill off that old Muneer that had these old excuses. Now, this happens, we do this all to a certain degree a lot in our lives. Perhaps in your life, you've had a time where you got so fed up with something that you made a decision and you said never again. And you never went back to doing that thing again, right? Perhaps you either gave up something, or you got to a point where you weren't going to let anybody treat you badly, or you got to a point where you said goodbye to a job, or we've all done this to certain extents, with one thing here, one thing there, in many parts of our lives. And that's happened, we all go through it. It naturally happens to a lot of us. However, I'm talking about doing it purposefully for a number of areas in one go, right? So to redefine myself in multiple areas in one go. And that's what I went through yesterday. That's the process I went through yesterday. And essentially, yesterday I just went and I said goodbye to the old me. I was like, see you later, sayonara, we're killing you off. I say killing you off. It's a bit more dramatic than really killing me off. But I said goodbye to the old me. I said, thank you, you've taken me this far, but this is next level. So how did I do it, right? First of all, I want to share with you that this is something that I've done multiple times in my life, right? When I was young, I was really awkward. I was shy. I was geeky. I didn't like to speak to people. I was scared of speaking to people. And so I have done this multiple times in my life. Now, I've done this before. However, let me just go this. And then I transformed. Like after I'd done that, because I'd been shy, geeky, and one time I just said, never again. I got bullied too much, and I said, never again will I be this shy, awkward kid. And I decided to transform once in my life. Another time in my life, I went on stage and I tried to speak, and I used to say to myself, oh, I'm terrible at speaking, I'm nervous, I'm such a nervous person when it comes to speaking. And you know what, I went on stage, let me just show you this, I don't know if you can hear it, but this is a video where I am actually freezing on stage and I have no idea what to say. My mind is blank.
I got off the plane.
Okay, so I've gone through bad times, and after that I just said, you know what, I cannot afford to keep these old beliefs of saying I'm just not good at speaking, I'm just not this. And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to change the program, and I changed my programming in my mind. Because you guys don't realize it, but a lot of people think, oh, Muneer, you're a hypnotist, right? Like, oh wow, Muneer is this hypnotist. Yes, I'm a hypnotist, but the reality is, so are you. You guys are hypnotizing. We all hypnotize ourselves on a daily basis by the little thought patterns. We believe the things that we say to ourselves. And so, what are you saying to yourself? What are you hypnotizing yourself with? And so I decided to figure out what I'm saying to myself, how I was hypnotizing myself in the old way, and change that pattern and change that whole thing. So here's literally, I'm going to share with you exactly, this is what I did yesterday. This is not everything I did yesterday. I've got a whole bunch, but yesterday I went in and I said, okay, what am I saying to myself that is no longer relevant? So I said, so right now I'm trying to build my online business, etc. And I was like, you know what, I have to figure out everything myself, and I got to save money by learning how to do it myself. And then I just said, you know what, that was me as kind of doing this as a hobby, as a passion. Who is me as the successful entrepreneur? And the successful entrepreneur doesn't say, I got to do things and figure everything out myself so that I can save money. He said, a successful entrepreneur, like I delegate like a master. I'm a leader and I lead teams of people to work hard. So it's not about the how, it's about the who sometimes. Now, when I can't, like when it's very expensive, fine, I'll do it myself. However, so many things that I've been doing, like I could go onto many of the websites online and find someone who'll do it for me for like $10 or something. Why should I spend a day figuring out something that would just cost me $10 to do? So I started saying, okay, this is my new belief, right? Then one of my old beliefs was, you know what if I advertise to my webinar and then and I lose a lot of money spending money on advertising? And then I just said, no, I can't think like that. That I'm never going to get anywhere if I don't take risks. So I just sort of said, okay, that was the old me. Who's the new me? The new me is I'm a marketing master. My business success comes from advertising. I scale, I optimize quickly, and fine, if I make a mistake, that's part of the process. I am a marketing master. So that's it. You're going to see me start running ads very soon. Then I was like, you know what, I'm going to be creating products, etc. But what if I try and nobody buys? These, I swear to you, these are legit like old beliefs that I had. I say, you like that? I had very strong languaging. But then I say, so instead of saying, what if I try and nobody buys? No, I say people buy from me because I consistently make offers and I create irresistible offers that get people results. And I'm passionate about getting people results. And then I said, okay, I start loads of things but I don't finish. This was like one of the things I was saying about myself. You know what? I keep starting things and I just don't finish them. And then I just said, no, from now on, I finished what I start before I do anything new. One of the old beliefs was my focus is everywhere. And a different empowering one was I create amazing focus and I'm always present. So what you can see is I'm looking at what I was saying before and I say, what can I say instead? I said, but I don't have X or Y or Z, because a lot of times I say, but I don't have this knowledge, or I haven't done this before, or I'm not good enough, and then I just said, no, instead I say, all I need is within me now. Everything that I need in order to succeed, everything that you need in order to succeed is within you. We just need to believe that. And then I started saying, so one of the old things I was saying was, I'm not as good as this person. I'm not as good as this person. This person may be better than me, etc. And then I just said, you know what? No, I'm a person that is more determined, works harder, and despite everything, I make things happen. I compete with the old me. Every day, in every way, I get better and better. F the haters. I am not for everyone. I am not everyone's cup of tea. I know when I should and I accept the feedback that I should be getting that is good for me without emotion, but I take it seriously. But I am the new Muneer and I compete. The person I compete with is the old me, the Muneer of yesterday. So, and I like just saying that I feel a lot more powerful. So, Stephanie's Nicole's saying I so needed this session. Thanks. This is really cool. Hi Ruhi. Purple Flowers. I like that name. Purple Flowers. The title is so inspiring. Thanks Ruhi. So let me come back to. I'll share with you a couple more. of the beliefs that I did yesterday. And I swear to you, like literally, I sat down for an hour and a half and I started writing all the things that were preventing me. I said, what am I saying to myself? What am I saying to myself that is preventing me from getting to that next level? What are the unconscious beliefs that I don't want to admit to people, that I don't say it in public? And so I listed out. So this is the Metamorphosis Framework. So this is my Metamorphosis. I could say that. I can say it. Let me try that again. All right. This is Muneer's Metamorphosis Framework. So this is what you gotta do, like literally to create the new version of you. Step one, identify the beliefs, the fears, the ideas that are not serving you. Identify all those beliefs, ideas, fears, and that aren't serving you. Now, Nicole, I said, like, yesterday I did a couple, like, what was it? A couple around my eating, and I was just like, what's this? Yeah, I love to snack every evening or whatever. And I transformed those. So, like, literally, I went in and I said, this is not just a little change for a couple of things. Yesterday, I was like, listen, you know what? I've just had my 40th. This is new, Muneer 4.0, right? I'm not an employee anymore. I'm not like living two lives, trying to impress like people at work. Now that's it. I'm an entrepreneur. I am having an identity shift. I'm not trying to be that old me. I'm not trying to please everybody. This is the new me. Who do I need to be to get to that next level? And so I identified all the beliefs, fears, and ideas that weren't serving me. And I didn't go like, how do I put this? I didn't go soft. I literally went through and identified a whole heap of things. Just to give you an idea, this list that I've shared with you is it's a quarter. It's about a quarter of the things. But I said, okay, and I said, I am so disorganized, right? I'm not as good as X. I went through that. Okay, I'll just get it done today. Like, when I was coming on and doing videos, I was like, okay, I'll just come and quickly do the video very quickly, just so that I could say that I've done it. And I went, no. Let me. I need to be at the top of my game. I need to raise my level. So you see, like I prepared slides today. Like I've started to prepare slides these days, so I can upgrade to that next level. So let me go back to the Metamorphosis Framework. So step one, identify beliefs, fears, and ideas that are not serving you. Okay? What are all those ideas? So I showed you my example. What did I write down? Step two, what should you believe instead? What should you be saying to yourself instead? What are the things that turn that negative into a positive? It doesn't matter if you believe them or not yet, but what should you be saying instead? What should you believe? How do you want to be instead, right? And then write all of those down, okay? What do you want to say? What should you be, all right? Write all of those down. And then step three, I closed my eyes and I was like, listen, thank you very much. Old me, I'm taking over. This is over. This phase of my life is done. Make a commitment, draw a line in the sand and say goodbye to that old self, goodbye to those old habits, and ma salama, bye, sayonara, kwaheri, whatever language you want to say it in, peace out, F off, what? No, be nice to your old self. But be like, thank you, but goodbye. That's it. I don't need these beliefs anymore. This is self-hypnosis. I know it sounds crazy, it sounds silly, but your mind is symbolic. You make that sort of line in the sand and say those were old beliefs. Let's start with new ones. Okay? So say goodbye to those old beliefs, and then next step, scramble those old beliefs. So scramble those old patterns and power up the new. So here's what I mean by that, right? When we think, the way that our minds think, this is how we do our unconscious stuff to ourselves, right? When our minds think, right, we think in one of three ways, like the feelings in our body, the things that we say to ourselves, and the things that we visualize, right? That's how your mind processes information, right? What you see, hear, feel, okay? Now, when it comes to these old things that we've been saying to ourselves, what is that? That's the voice. What do I mean by scramble the old and power up the new? How our mind processes the voice is how strong that voice is. What voice? Have you ever noticed, like, when you're making yourself feel bad, the voice that you're talking to yourself in is very powerful. It's like, why the hell did you do that again? What is wrong with you? Are you stupid? That's the voice inside your head. You're talking to yourself in that way. It's such a strong voice. Scramble that voice. You're going to alter the pattern. So what do I mean by scramble that voice? I'm going to show you. So you literally go back and you just say, okay, these are the things that I say to myself, right? I'm going to reduce the power of my voice. So I'm not as good as X. Oh, I'm not. And how would I say that before? I was like, I'm not as good as this person, this famous celebrity that's been doing this forever. Okay, whatever. So how do I scramble it? I'll start to just give myself a Mickey Mouse voice. Start to say these things in a Mickey Mouse voice. I'm just not as good as X. I'm just not as good as X. Now, I know it sounds crazy, it sounds silly, but you are altering the association in your mind. You are taking away the power that this association had. I start lots of things and I just don't finish them. I start lots of things and don't finish them. It doesn't have to be Mickey Mouse. Give it a crying baby's voice. You did lots of things and don't finish them. And what happens is, if I do that on a consistent basis, my mind stops taking that phrasing seriously. I hope this is making sense. Please, drop if you're watching, please drop a note, let me know. However, what you see is, like, if I say it that way, and I take away all the power that those phrases had on me, and you condition it that way. So what's happening is, like I said to you, I am not, yes, I'm a hypnotist, but the reality is you hypnotize yourself on a daily basis. You hypnotize yourself on a daily basis by the things that you're saying. And these are some of the things that you're saying to yourself, right? So if you take away the power, the hypnotic effect goes. So you take the power of all of this away, right? So, okay. Now, so Nicole, it looks like you got a little bit of, yes, holy shit, is like you've been in my head. This is how we all think. A lot of this is like NLP, and this is an unconscious communication. This is what I teach. So, Sayyid Salman saying you are awesome. Man, thank you very much. Let me just share some of the comments over here. I really appreciate you. And Miwa is loving the Mickey magic. Thanks. But so literally you take away all the power from all these things that you've been saying to yourself. Just take that away by altering the way that your mind processes that audio. And that's what I mean by scrambling the old. So you take the old stuff away by removing all the power from it. Then you power up the new. What do I mean by power up the new? All the things that you want to be saying to yourself. But here's the thing. The reason you haven't been getting results in the past is because for many people, they say, oh, I really want to be confident. Okay, be confident. Be confident. And you're not giving it that auditory power. So it's like you've been talking to yourself about the positive things in the Mickey Mouse voice. I want you to unleash the beast. Unleash the power voice. Unleash that voice of utter and pure conviction. And you say, all I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. And say it with utter and pure conviction. And when you say things with utter and pure conviction, you start to hypnotize yourself. Right? You start to program your mind for the better. So and you know, like this is so let me share with you how I do it. Okay, this is my process. I go, you know, I may lose money. You know, I'm scared. I may lose money advertising. So first I change the voice. I go, I'm scared. I may lose money advertising. Oh no, I may lose money advertising. Oh no. And then I just snap and I go, I am a marketing master. My business success comes from advertising. I scale and optimize quickly. I am a marketing master. Boom. And I start to feel it. You start to feel very different. So hopefully this is making sense. And so this is the process. This is the Metamorphosis Framework. First, identify the beliefs, fears, and ideas that aren't serving you. Second step, what should you believe instead? Come up with those. Then say goodbye to those old beliefs. Then scramble up the old. Give it that Mickey Mouse voice and power up the new. And then repetition is the mother of all skill. Condition daily. This is how you get those long-term beliefs in place. You take the old negative ones. You just go on a daily basis. Oh, what if someone doesn't like what I've done? And then you just go, boom. I am not for everyone. F the haters. I don't care. I am here. I know myself. I am going to give amazing value, and I am going to do what's right by my own standards. I am the new Muneer. I'm not reading them out right now, but do you see what I'm saying? You scramble that thing on a daily basis. Reduce the power of the old, power up the new. Power up. Give it how do you condition your mind? It's made up of your physiology, your voice tonality, and how you feel. So if you stand up, stand strong, and you say it with a powerful voice, boom, you'll start to feel it. And when you feel it, then you know that's you programming your mind. So, I wanted to share a couple of quotes. I mean, this is from Maya Angelou. We delight in the beauty of a butterfly, but we rarely admit the changes it's gone through to achieve that beauty. Another one from Tony Robbins: using the power of decision gives you the capacity to get past any excuse and to change any and every part of your life in an instant. See, this is what we're talking about today, right? Is changing your life in an instant. How do you, you're talking about making a decision to reframe those old beliefs and transform them into something new. And another one of my favorite quotes is this is one of my favorite of all time, and that's from a gentleman called Jim Rohn, who passed away a few years back, but such an amazing speaker, has had such an impact on my life. And you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. And this is what this is all about. I want you guys to be able to change your destination overnight. You know, in my program, people come and perhaps they're shy, perhaps they're awkward, perhaps they have not had persuasion success, perhaps they don't feel they're as confident, perhaps they don't feel they're a great presenter. You know what? I've been through all these in my life, and I've changed them using this process. And I know that you can change, and whether it's unconscious communication, whether it's communication, whether it's your health, whether it's your wealth, whether it's whatever it is. What are the beliefs that you need in order to take you to that next phase of your life? And if you feel like some people have fears that, you know what, but I've tried things before, and I get it. Look, you know, what if it does, what if I can't, what if I've been there. You may have tried things before, but the reality is your mind is the ultimate processing place for all your habits, beliefs, etc. If you handle this, so much of life will open up. Remember, you can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. And you can program in that new destination. Just like you'd program in on Google Maps, just say, identify a new destination. That's what we're doing right now. That's what this is all about. And so it's not your fault if you haven't, if you tried things before and you haven't had success. It's not your fault because you didn't realize the qualities of the thinking. If you don't address that voice, the limiting beliefs, if you don't address it, of course, then you're not going to get further, because it's very difficult for you to feel confident if you're saying to yourself, okay, I gotta be confident. It won't happen. It's tough. But if you do the right qualities, if you say it with the right power, if you say it with the right conditioning parameters, where we talk about powering up and reducing the power of the negative voice, then it takes you to the next level. So Rui's asking, what if we start thinking we're someone else? For example, I think myself to be Oprah before speaking or facing camera. So yes, I mean, that's a powerful technique in terms of you want to step into a role model. So there's a technique that I do, which is like you step into a role model and understand what it is, what qualities you want to take from that role model. Because look, nobody in life is perfect, right? Nobody in life is perfect, right? You don't want to be anybody else, but you want to step in to, like, you can close your eyes. Like, this is like a powerful meditation. You step in and start seeing life through the eyes of your role model. And then you start to see, how do they think? How do they feel? How do they behave? And how would they handle some of the challenges that I'm facing, for example? And take those insights and use them in your own life. Like, you can take those back with you. You don't need to become someone else. Like, address who do you want to be wholly for you. So hopefully that makes sense. So Nicole's saying, I need to power up for show. This episode today is about powering up, taking that next step, taking that life to that next level, right? And so whatever your dreams are, like, if this is universal. I've shared with you what I wanted to do in terms of, with regards to some of the impact that I want to have, some of the things that I want to achieve, some of the things that I would like to do in my life. But this is universal. This is for your dreams, for your wishes, for whatever it is that you want to achieve, whatever your dreams are. This is that next level. And so many coaches, so many of my trainers, teachers, they have different ways of doing this. One of my mentors, Arfin Khan, he calls this N codes to E codes, like where you take the negative things that you're thinking and how do you transform that into positive. This is like every like Tony Robbins has a different way of doing it. Every single person, because literally the reason that most people don't achieve what they want to achieve is not because of the how. It's because of the mindset. It's because of the beliefs that we have, the stories that we tell ourselves. So when we talk about doing this, let's talk about powering up. Now, I've powered up a few times in my life. Yesterday, I decided, boom, it's time to power up to that next level. It's time to step into the new me. So, and I wanted to share this with you because I'm in the midst of doing it. This is the best time to share. This is raw. This is fresh. Like, I don't share. I'm not a theorist. I don't like sharing stuff that I don't do myself. So this is me doing it. And yeah, so the phrase that pays, the phrase of today: retire beliefs that don't serve and get the life that you deserve. Retire beliefs that don't serve and get the life you deserve. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. and I really appreciate you all. I have lots of love for you all. Very quickly, I'm gonna just check. So, a couple of comments. So, Monisha is saying, lockdown has made me accept myself with the extra pound, my glasses, and the graying hair, and it feels like I've released a very heavy baggage. Yeah, and yeah, completely. Look, I mean, me doing this video is a lot to do with the lockdown and a lot of the challenges that have come up because of the lockdown. Laura Yee, what's up? Laura, I feel like if you're just joining, I feel like this is one episode you gotta watch again. I think you'll really like this one. So do check it out. But lovely to see you. Thanks for tuning in, Laura, and appreciate you. Nicole, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed today's session. I did have a feeling that you would like this. So I'm glad you got a chance to check it out. And look, you know, Nicole, maybe you might be feeling, hey, this is useful for me, but you know what? It's also useful for the people that you work with, right? When you talk about coaching, this is huge. So yeah, take ourselves to the next level. Yeah, Laura, great. I really appreciate. Yeah, please do check it out. I really think you'll enjoy today's session. Basically, to give you a very, very quick insight, I talked about how I killed a version of myself yesterday. I killed him off. I mean, we had a little bit of a funeral, everything, and to make way for the new me. And I talked about the process of doing that. And this is true. I literally went sometimes people would, if you saw me, like literally what I do, my process. You like if someone came down like at 3 a.m, they'd think I was crazy, because I just spent like an hour and a half and I wrote down all these things, and I said these are the old me, these are all the things I'm saying, these are the new things I'm saying, and then I went into meditation, like a sort of like a mini meditation, and where I say goodbye to the old self. But I was like I can't be quiet when I do this, so I was like, okay, it is time for me to grow. Like if someone came downstairs, they just see me sitting there with my eyes closed, like shouting in a room. But it's powerful. It's powerful, and it's what a lot of people will benefit from. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you for all the comments. I appreciate it. I hope you found today useful. I will catch you on another video very soon, and lots of love. Peace out, and I will see you guys real soon. Thank you.